Holy crap, people. I have the sad news to report that Charlie Kirk has died. I don't know. Oh, wow. I didn't know Charlie. We'd only engaged a couple of times on Twitter and places like that, but this is heart wrenching. A fellow American shot by some idiotic, stupid person with it. I don't know why they did it. They haven't even caught the shooter yet. They said they did at first, but it turns out that person wasn't the shooter. But Charlie Kirk, 31 years old, a father, parents, a husband, a young man, 31, who believes so strongly in his views, his ideology, his way of thinking and believing that he created Turning Point USA in 2012 to try to show people a different way of thinking, a different way of behaving, a different way of questioning people and what you believe. He believed it fervently. He and I disagreed on just about everything. There's a few things we would have agreed on, but he and I disagreed on nearly everything. I've called him out so many times. But right now, this nation should be in grieving over the fact that a young man with so much potential ahead of him, life was cut short. I'm going to tell you, I'm at a loss for words. And I hope whoever did this, I hope they nail them to the freaking wall. In this country, as Americans, we have the right to believe as we wish, to defend those beliefs, to stand in the gap for others who believe like us, and not to have someone take our lives because of something like this. This violence has got to stop. But Charlie is dead, and that just absolutely rips me apart. I didn't know him. I didn't agree with him on anything, really. But yet he was entitled to his beliefs and not entitled to be his life cut short by someone who has got a mental illness out there. But it's more than just a mental illness. It's an illness that has been motivated by extremists on all sides of these arguments. All sides. I can't come to terms with the words for this. What has our country come to? That someone who thinks differently, believes differently, even loves differently than some of us, life is cut short because of what they believe. Who are you? If that doesn't make you livid and pissed off, I don't know what will. You've got to be just dead to the world if you don't have any compassion for what just happened. Like I said, I don't know Charlie Kirk. We've only engaged in a couple of times over on Twitter. He would post something, and I would think of it as just being plain idiotic and stupid. I would think of it as being something only a young person who has no experience in the world would actually say. But the thing is, he's entitled to do that. Not to have his life cut short because of it. Not to have somebody tell him that he can't think and believe and act upon those things in his own life, in his way of thinking with his family. I don't want that in my life. I don't want anybody. I don't want government anywhere getting in the way of telling me